Hello and welcome to Insights IAS. The main aim of our program, Current Affairs Booster, is to streamline and simplify your preparation so that the hit ratio in prelims can increase and you can clear the prelims in one go. Guys, one announcement for you. Insights IAS is going to conduct the TET series of Kannada literature optional soon, and after that other TET series of other optionals will be conducted. For that updates, please subscribe our channel. And let's start with the first President's rule. The President rule was recently news because the state of Maharashtra has been placed under the President's rule. The Union Cabinet recommended the President's rule in the state after Governor of the state submitted a report regarding the same. In this report, the Governor said a situation has arisen that a stable government is not possible and government could not be carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. So the President signed a proclamation imposing President's rule in Maharashtra under Article 356 Clause 1. What is this Article 356 Clause 1? It says, this Article 356 says that the state emergency or President's rule is invoked if there has been failure of the constitutional machinery in the state of India. So the recent cases are Karnataka was there, the very recent case is Maharashtra, where the fight between BJP and Shiv Sena and other parties as well. This leads to the situation, and the President's rule has been imposed so far. So guys, remember the essence of this Article 356 is that upon the breach of certain defined state of affairs as assertion and reported by the governor of the state concerned, that is the Maharashtra recently. Okay, the President concludes that the constitutional machinery in the state has failed. Thereupon, the President makes a proclamation of emergency, dismissing the state legislature and executive. During President's rule, the Governor administers the state as the agent of the President and has the authority to appoint retired civil servants or other administrators to assist him. Guys, in comment box mention which state of India has suffered the most President's rule. Okay. So, and another article is there, that is Article 365. Also under that President's rule is imposed. So what is this Article 365? Whenever a state fails to comply with or to give effect to any direction from the center, it will be lawful for the President to hold that a situation has arisen in which the government of the state cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. Guys, always remember that Article 365 can be told as a subset of Article 356. So Article 356 is more powerful because the constitutional machinery in the state, when it fails, then this is imposed. So the assembly has been kept in suspended animation. So what is the meaning? Let's clarify it. President's rule implies the suspension of the state government and the imposition of a direct rule of the center. It is also known as state emergency or constitutional emergency. So use of Article 356, the Supreme Court in S.R. Bommai case 1994 enlisted the situations where the exercise of power under Article 356 could be proper. One such situation is that the hung assembly, the word is important, that is where after general elections to the assembly, no party secures a majority. What is the constitutional provisions? Under Article 356, President's rule is imposed if the President, upon the receipt of the report from the Governor of the state or otherwise is satisfied that a situation has arisen in which the government of the state cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. So, the parliamentary approval and duration. A proclamation imposing President's rule must be approved by both the houses of the parliament within 2 months from the date of its issue. The approval takes place through simple majority. This is very important, simple majority in either house that is a majority of the members of the House present and voting. So initially valid for 6 months, the President's rule can be extended for a maximum period of 3 years within the approval of the Parliament every 6 months. So in every 6 months, the parliamentary approval is required. What is the consequences of the President's rule? The state governor on behalf of the President carries on the state administration. The President either suspends or dissolves the state legislative assembly. How the revocation of President's rule be happening? A proclamation of the President's rule may be revoked by the President at any time. At any time is important. By a subsequent proclamation, such a proclamation does not require parliamentary approval. That does mean that without even the parliamentary approval, the President can revoke the President's rule. So one question was asked in Mains to 2002. The issue of a hung parliament adversely affects the stability of Indian government. Discuss the statement and point out how far changing over the presidential form of government will be a solution to this problem. Though this question was related to parliament, you can link that the president rule also, and that kind of question can be asked. So we have to prepare in that line. So let's move to the next issue, that is Krishnapatnam Port. Because why it was in news? Because Adani Group is trying to invest in this Krishnapatnam Port. It is located in Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh. The port has been named so as the Vijayanagar Emperor Sri Krishnadeva used to operate this port. Guys, in mains usually the questions from ancient and medieval India are not asked, but the kind of art and culture questions can be asked in mains. So in that respect, the Krishnadeva is very important, and his contributions to Indian art and culture is very important. So we have to study in details. In the 1980s, the government of India declared the port as a minor port. So there are two things. One is major port, another is minor port. Guys, always remember that the major port is administered by the central government and the minor port by state government. The union government is responsible for development of the 12 major ports, whereas minor ports are under the jurisdiction of the respective state governments. Guys, in comment box mention which body of central government is responsible for administering these 12 major ports of India. So this is Vijayanagar Empire. This Vijayanagar or city of victory was the name both a city and an empire. The empire was founded in the 14th century, that is 1336 AD, by Harihar and Bukka of Sangama dynasty. Sangama dynasty is the first dynasty of Vijayanagar Empire. Always remember this. They made Hampi as the capital city. In 1986, Hampi was declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It stretches from the river Krishna in the north to the extreme south of peninsula. Vijayanagar Empire was ruled by 4 important dynasties, and they are Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva, and Aravido. This Tuluva dynasty is very important because Krishnadeva belongs to Tuluva dynasty. Krishnadeva ruled in between 1509 to 29 and was the most famous ruler of Vijayanagar. His rule was characterized by expansion and consolidation. He is credited with building some fine temples and adding impressive gopurams to many important South Indian temples. He also founded a suburban township near Vijayanagar called Nagalapuram after his mother. He composed a work on the statecraft in Telugu known as Amuktya Malyada. This Amuktya Malyada is a very important epic poem. Okay, so that's it. And let's move to the next issue, that is a National Cancer Grid. The National Cancer Grid is a network of major cancer centers, research institutes, patient groups, and charitable institutions across India with the mandate of establishing uniform standards of patient care for prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of cancer, providing specialized training and education in oncology and facilitating collaborative basic and translational and clinical research in cancer. It was formed in August 2012. So the next issue is International Agency for Research on Cancer. So the IARC was created in 1965 by a resolution of the World Health Assembly as the specialized cancer agency of the World Health Organization. So this is this. The objective of the IARC is to promote international collaboration in cancer research. It comprises of 27 member countries and India is a member of this International Agency for Research on Cancer. It is very very important and its headquarters is in Lyon, France. So let's move to the next issue, that is Waynad Wildlife Sanctuary. This I told already, this all the sanctuaries, national parks, biosphere reserves and also lakes are very very important from environment point of view, and it is part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. This is part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It is very very important. Along with Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary, Bandipur National Park, Nagarhole National Park, Mukutthi National Park, and Silent Valley. Waynad Wildlife Sanctuary is significant because of ecological and geographic continuity with other protected areas such as Bandipur Tiger Reserve, Nagarhole National Park of Karnataka in the northeastern portion of Mudumalai Tiger Reserve of Tamil Nadu in southeast region. It has the world's largest recorded population of the Asiatic elephant, this Waynad Wildlife Sanctuary. Almost the entire Waynad district is drained by Kabini and its three tributaries, the Pannamaram, Manantha Wadi and Kalindi rivers. The Kavini River, one of the three east-flowing rivers of Kerala, is an important tributary of the Kaveri River. This is very very important. And please in comment box mention this Kavini is right hand or left hand tributary if you are aware of. So let's move to the next issue, that is Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary. This Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary is one of the 13 sanctuaries in the protected areas of the state of Kerala, and it is located in the Idukki district of Kerala near the Annamalai Hills. It comes under the jurisdiction of Eravikullam National Park. So let's discuss the question which was asked in Prelim 2019. With reference to Constitution of India, prohibition or limitation or provisions contained in ordinary laws cannot act as prohibition or limitations on the constitutional powers under Article 142. It could mean which of the following? So the option 1 is the decision taken by Election Commission of India while discharging its duties cannot be challenged in any court of law. It is wrong option. And second option is the Supreme Court of India is not constrained in the exercise of its powers by laws made by the Parliament. And it is the right option. In the event of a grave financial crisis in the country, the President of India can declare financial emergency with the counsel from the cabinet. It is nothing to do with financial emergency. State legislatures cannot make laws, and though it is not related to state legislatures, so it cannot be. So the right option is option B. So let's discuss something about Article 142. So what is Article 142? And Article 142 is related about enforcement of decrees and orders of Supreme Court. So let me clarify it little bit. The Supreme Court in the exercise of its jurisdiction may pass such a decree or make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it. So some examples of that was in recent news, because already this Taj Mahal restoring with white marbles, the Supreme Court guideline was followed. And second is release of under trials rotting in jail, and obviously the Union Carbide case, you might have been aware of this, and this 142 Article 142 was invoked upon in this Union Carbide case, where the Supreme Court awarding compensation of $470 million to the victims went to the extent of saying that to do complete justice with those people, I mean to say those victims. And also, this Supreme Court formed Justice Lodha panel to monitor this MCI. Okay, this 142 article is not that much sacred. Some mishappenings happened because two cases were there. The coal block allocation case, where the negative impacts were seen. Because when the coal block case happened, mean all of the coal blocks granted from 1993 onwards was cancelled in 2014 without even a single finding that the grantees were guilty of any wrongdoing. The cancellation carried with it a individual, the cancellation carried with it a penalty of 295 rupees per ton of coal already mined over the years. And the individuals were not heard on their particular facts, but only their associations were heard. And the second issue was that the ban on the sale of alcohol along national and state highways. Though it was a very good decision, and also I welcome the step, due to that some the negative impacts were there, like as a result of this order, thousands of hotels, restaurants, bars and liquor stores were forced to close down or discontinue the sale of liquor, resulting in lakhs of employees being thrown out of the employment. Okay, so let's discuss another question, that is this question was asked in prelim 2019. Building Kalyana Mandapas was a notable feature in the temple construction in the kingdom of Chalukya, Chandela, Rashtrakuta, Vijayanagar. The right option is answer D, that is Vijayanagara. For that's all for today. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.